We became friends with another family, but my wife was becoming too friendly. Part 2. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. 2 days later he spills the beans to his wife. They have been making out since August, since before my hug overreaction. They had sex numerous times, at least 2 to 3. It all made sense now. She would go run errands during nights she knew the wife would be at work. And either I would be home or she would hire a sitter and she would go over there. The first night she went over, I had a bad feeling because she turned off the Find Your Friends app and hired a sitter before I got home from work. I asked her the next day and she said no, I went to my friend's house, see here's this picture I took with her. But this was definitely the first night she went to his house to sleep with him. She made sure to take a picture as an alibi. My wife still didn't tell me about this. We went to couples therapy, she explained the pictures and made a point that nothing physical happened. And then I came out with what I knew. I couldn't hold it anymore. We cried, I was devastated, she was ashamed. However, the next day she went to his work to try and talk to him to get closure and tell him sorry. He sped away and she followed for a bit, then turned around and called me. But how can I be sure that's what she wanted? How do I know she didn't go to see if there was something left with him and he wasn't just ignoring her because of what his wife made him do? Now she says she's sorry. She's crushed by what she did too and can't think of anything else. In the meantime we had another therapy appointment and we go back tomorrow. We had a long talk about what this means and I think we both know this is heading for divorce. I don't think that I'll be able to get past this. I won't be able to trust her again. I can't. Everything I found out because someone else, or I, discovered it. She told me nothing that someone else didn't already discover through this whole process. I guess I'm looking for some insight into what she might be going through. There's still no transparency. She has changed all her computer and phone/iPad passwords. The therapist asked if she would share her passwords and she was like no, it's my privacy, and the therapist was like you kidding me? If you want any chance for this to work you need to be 100% transparent. But she still isn't. I don't want to have to ask for everything. At this point though, I don't even want to know. And I'm asking how to proceed tomorrow and the future. The legal stuff I can work out, I've talked to a lawyer, but timing is tough. Do I tell her tomorrow that I want to start the process of in-home separation? We have a guest bedroom? Do I separate our accounts? Everything is joint right now, but I make the majority of the money and everything is going to be split 50-50 in the end, so would this just make things acrimonious? Do I continue to just hold until our next couples session in January, after the holidays? Update, well we made it through the holidays. We moved bedrooms, agreed to separate officially and be okay seeing other people if we wanted. Christmas came and went with just a little fight, and overall was cordial. The more time we spend together, the more I know this is the right decision. Eventually I can heal, but I can't trust and get annoyed by all the little things. I listened to the Leave a Cheater, Gain a Life audiobook, and it was extremely helpful. Anyone who finds out they were cheated on should listen or read it. New Year's was especially tough, as it was basically the 14-year anniversary for our relationship, and although I was with my best friends ever, it was me and 14 other people, all couples. I should have stayed in town and spent the day with my single friends, maybe? But I needed to see my old best friends who all knew my wife as long as I have. We had one last family vacation last weekend. A museum trip we had promised our son for his birthday but never got around to doing. It was good for the kids. It was tolerable most of the time, but the more time I spent with her the more annoyed I got. Little things. And also being on her phone a lot towards the end of the day. But I held it together. I know I had every justification to file and spring things on her and separate the finances, but I didn't. I talked to my lawyer a lot, kept most of the finances joint, and she hasn't moved money or anything. I let her see a lawyer, and after seeing him, she told me either she can file or I can, and I told her I would like to and was going to file ASAP, and she said she's ready. So I filed yesterday, which felt great. Now she almost has a job. She has found a house, and as soon as it's closed she will start moving out. We can still coexist in the house. I think things will go smoothly, which we both want. We have agreed on custody arrangements, and due to my schedule I can have them for a lot more time during school days than most people. I get days off during the week and on weekends, so I can pick them up at 2 on school days and have them all day, versus just picking them up at 5:30 if I had a 9 to 5 job, for example. We agreed on holidays, etc. Just have to get the details hammered out in writing. I know it's unusual and maybe a little risky, but it was worth it to keep things amicable. I'm going to have to interact with her no matter what. I don't know if we will ever be great friends or not, but we still need to be able to coexist in the same room and be able to smile. A couple of other things. After separating and agreeing we could see other people, I did get involved with someone. It gave me some insight into what it's like to be desired and wanted, and into what she, and I, were both missing from our marriage. That was good and things were fun, and that's all I signed up for from the beginning, and she knew that. But then I could tell she was getting the feels and I was trying to let her down, and she told me she loved me, after 12 days. I know I'm not ready for all that. So, well, that's complicated. I suspect my Stbxw is getting involved with another man. Which, I mean, whatever, now that she stopped dragging her feet I didn't care, but he's married too. She knows him through a volunteer thing, she's on the board and is doing a lot of the little work, and he's the new president. But they are exchanging 500 to 600 texts per day, a day or two after Christmas that I can see since they are SMS. I can't see the content, just the quantity. For example, while we were on our family trip she sent and received 270 messages from 6 to 8:30 p.m. while we were at dinner and doing bedtime. Which seems excessive. She went over to do some work with him last night and was there from like 8 to 11, which isn't too long. I also have some suspicions based on text timing and frequency she has been going to his house other times. Also, there are a fair number of late night, 11 to 11:30, texts as well as texts on right at midnight and later at 1 a.m. I know I need to stop digging for pain, but I can't help but feel. Can we just stop at blowing up two families? Should I bring this up? We have couples counseling today mainly to talk about how we are going to proceed with the kids. It will probably be my last session. But I don't know if I should bring this up or just let it go and or bring it up after the divorce is finalized. I also have some suspicion she knows about my girl, at which point I should probably just let things be since she isn't saying anything. My lawyer knows all about both points above and didn't really say anything one way or the other. I also think she could be back in contact with her AP, but I'm not sure. There was a screenshot of her secret messaging app taken on January 1st. It was scrolled up and I don't know when the messages were sent that the SS showed, but it was a new picture of him I hadn't seen before with a longer beard than this fall, and his name in the message was default, whereas it was name in previous screenshots. I haven't seen any other evidence and I'm going to let this be for now, but it wouldn't surprise me. Final update, well, it's done. She moved out. Tonight is the first night she's not sleeping at the same house as I. She has the kids too. It's okay. I feel well. I found some good friends to hang out with tonight. And I have friends coming over tomorrow and the next night. It's still sad. I miss the good times. I miss what we had. I look at our wedding photo and see how happy she was and wonder what changed and what went wrong. I'm not sure I'll ever know. I'm going to be okay. The kids will be cared for by both of us. I still love her, but realize she has changed and doesn't love me like she used to. My Bubba. I will miss her. I'll never forget her. I'm so sad right now. I was okay. But I'm not anymore. Update end. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.